Hiya, my name's Kevin Atkinson. I'm a volunteer at APT Group in Haverhill, and this video is actually about advocacy.
Speaking up.
When people speak up for themselves.
Something speaks on your behalf.
Stand up for another.
There is a person called an advocate, and they can speak on your behalf.
What's that? Advocacy?
Yeah.
Yes.
About people upsetting me and getting over the death of my mum.
Yeah, they were helping us, like, sorting out problems and stuff like that.
I bet loads of people sort out my move, for instance.
Yeah, I feel upset and everything, and I didn't want to talk to them and everything.
Well, I befriended a couple who I've known for many, many years, who became old and had quite a lot of difficulty. Now, these were lifelong companions.
Yeah.
They were nothing more than just good friends and helped each other out. The gentleman in question had a fall and ended up in hospital. I went in one day to find out that they'd decided that he couldn't go back to live where he was living, in a flat, which was fair enough. And so they were moving him without even considering that he was living with his partner, or his companion. And they said it really didn't matter if he went and lived on his own. She didn't need to know because they weren't married. Well, I didn't want him told this because I knew the distress it would obviously cause him. So I managed to get a meeting with the social worker of the hospital, who I explained everything to, who still said, well, they have no right to be together, they'll be fine. Which then meant that I had to take it further because it would have destroyed them both. They'd been together in total 70 odd years.
That's a really fun.
So with that, I had to then get in touch with their social worker here, where their community nurse, arrange for meetings at the hospital, and from there, it took quite a lot of doing, and speaking to the gentleman in the end had to tell him that he'd got to speak up for himself. We had a few meetings, and the outcome was that they decided that yes, they should both be moved into sheltered accommodation together. At the end of the day, they weren't, in the end, it was not about their learning disability, they'd just become old people who needed different help. And so that's what happened. So after a few weeks, I went along and to a house that they thought, a place they thought would be suitable, and managed to get them.
So how did you help Terry? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, he had problems where he'd been for 4 or 5 years, and they run out of funds, and the company who they ran the house where he was, they wanted him out then. I argued his side at the time. And they managed to put it off for 3 or 4 months at the time. But in the end we had to keep in, and he did get moved into another housing place. So I had to organise that and help him move and everything there.
And he's done quite a lot for you, hasn't he, really?
You could say that. That's nice, you know, to have him around to talk to. I can't say, you know, what I'd do without him.
He's come in worried this morning because he thought he owed £7.61 on his electricity.
Right, okay.
So I've rung the number for him and I spoke to the girl with Derek's permission and said, you know, I've got a gentleman here, I will be now standing next to him if he needs any assistance, but he will quote you his customer account number and he's querying his bill. So which he's done, and he's done it really well, and it turns out he didn't know if he was on direct debit, which he is, and like the lady on the phone was just able to say to him, Philip,
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah,
What about your move as well? Have you been in contact with
a state agent, yeah, it's coming around Wednesday to have a look. Yeah.
Right. Has your social worker been in?
Yeah.
Did he ring you, Jeff?
No. He rang, it's only the other, by mistake I think it was, he phoned up and he said something about you still want to move. You know, yeah.
Is he going to help you then?
Yeah, apparently an advocate is going to get in touch with the advocate.
I am self-advocacy because I can actually speak on behalf of myself. So really, I don't need an advocacy because I can speak things by myself. And it's like I live on my own, and I actually the one who asked to have a flat because I like my own independence, because I'm capable of having my own independence and doing my own cooking. So roughly, I don't need an advocate at all because I can do it myself.
Well, to be honest, in the beginning with the frustration and the worry, it affected me greatly. It affected me at home. You just felt so frustrated for these people, and trying to get people to listen to you and believe in what you're saying. It was a very difficult time. I've been an advocate 3 times now with different circumstances, and it is very difficult. But you just have to push on and know that somehow, you know, you will get the result you want. So in the end, it was absolutely wonderful to see these people happy without realising the stress and what would have been happening to them. And so yes, in the end, the outcome was way worth everything that you went through. But it took some doing, but I would do it again, as I have done. When and if it ever occurs again.
Well, it's tough at times.
Yeah.
But if you just take your time with it, it does you the more good as it does others, you know.
Yeah.
I get a lot out of it myself.
What kind do you feel?
Well, I feel I've accomplished things, and I feel as if I've done some good that day.
Yeah.
If there wasn't anyone out there to do this for them, he would have come straight out of hospital without even being spoken to and put into a home. He was going to go into an old folks' home on his own, which just would not have been suitable. So yes, I feel that very, very important.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for an advocate, you would find more and more people with learning difficulties being left to attend for themselves when they aren't able to.